Are there specifics on like how you separate yourself or how you see yourself differently than most loan officers in the business?
So you have to create a personal connection with the person that you're trying to sell. I feel like that was always the biggest difference. So like one example of that is like every time someone fills out an application, as soon as I get their address, I send them a card. So I just send it to their house and I'm not asking them for anything. Like, hey, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to work with you. If you have any questions, let me know. Everything is so digital that when you get something that's physical, it's unique and different. And it creates like a bit of a relationship there. It's almost like a just like a virtual handshake. Like everything that we do now is like on your phone. Like there's no like physical touch point to anybody. So when you actually send somebody something and you like touch them physically, they're like, wow, like that was a little bit unique. And it's just like opening the door to then have a relationship with that person. And then I try to figure out like what they like, what their interests are. And then usually you have a common interest with somebody. Like it could be sports, it could be whatever. And to stay in front of them because the sales cycle is so long, I'm not going to continue to ask you if you found a house. Like I'm not going to poke you every 30 days and be like, do you have any money for me? You know what I mean? Like that's not, they're like, yeah, man, whenever we get one, I'll let you know. So I'll just forward emails to them, that are based on their interests or things that they like. And it's very sporadic. I mean, it's not like every 30 days you do this, but you're trying to just stay in front of people in a more modern way to let them know that you're still there, obviously, and they know what you do. Like you don't have to tell them every time, hey, by the way, this was that loan officer you talked to. Like they know. They could see it in
Yeah.
your email signature. They've saved your phone as like Josh Loan Officer or something like that. Like they know who you are already. But trying to stay in front of them in a way that's more personable so that you're top of mind whenever that time comes is like, I think the biggest difference. Because everything else to them is just noise. And they're going to go with the person that they like the best, not the person that, you know, sold them the most frequently. Certainly you have to stay in front of them because in a lot of cases, like whoever's last sometimes wins. Like
Yep.
if you're not in front of them frequently enough and a year goes by and they find a house and then their realtor's like, oh, by the way, this is my loan officer. They're like, okay, I'll just use you. So you have to still be there. But typically people are going to, if they understand what you do and you have educated them in a way that was meaningful to them, they're not going to forget that. And like that's the biggest element. Like you're not selling anything. So I think that the biggest separator between people who do it well and people who just do it for a living is people that just do it for a living they constantly feel like they're in sales. Not in sales. We don't have any houses and people don't want a mortgage. So you're not selling anything. Like there's
Yep.
nothing to sell. You're in education. So the ones that lean more into the educational side to actually help people through that journey are the ones that get the business because when it comes time to buy, they don't want to go to the salesperson. They want to go to the person that educated them.